Chapter 5 of Liber Cordis Sensiti Serpente. Ah, my Lord Adonai, the Dallas with the Magister and the treasure house of pearls, let me listen to the echo of your kisses. Is it not the starry heaven shaken as a leaf in the tremulous rapture of your love? Am I not the flying spark of light whirled away by the great wind of your perfection? Yea, cried the Holy One, and from thy bark will I, the Lord, kindle a great light. I will burn through the great city in the old and desolate the land. I will cleanse it from its great impurity. And thou, O prophet, shalt see the things, and thou shalt heed them not. Now is the pillar established in the void, and now is Asi fulfilled in Asar, and now is Hor let down, and the animal soul of things like a fiery star falleth upon the darkness of the earth. Thou, the midnight, thou art dropped, O my child, my conqueror, my sword-girt captain, O Hor, they shall find thee as the black gnarled glittering stone, and they shall worship thee. My pyre and 127 shall thy hypotheses concerning thee, around thee maidens shall dance, and bright babes be born unto them. Thou shalt inspire the proud ones with the infinite pride, and the humble ones with the ecstasy of abasement. And all this shall transcend the known and the unknown, with somewhat that has no name, for it is the abyss of the acronym that is open in the secret place of silence. Thou hast come hither, a plaything, thou hast wandered a painted harlot, ravishing with sweet scent and Chinese coloring in the streets. And thou hast darkened thine eye pits with kohl, and thou hast tinted thy lips with vermilion, and thou hast plastered thy cheeks with ivory enamels, and thou hast played the wanton in every gate, and by the way of the great city. The men of the city have lusted after thee, to abuse thee, to beat thee. They have moused the golden spangles of the fine dust, wherewith thou didst bedeck thine hair. They have scrounged the painted flesh of thee with their whips, and thou hast suffered unspeakable things, but I have burnt within the pure flame without oil. In the midnight I was brighter than the moon in the daytime. I exceeded utterly the sun, and in the byways of thy being I inflamed and dispelled the illusion. There thou art wholly pure before me, therefore thou art my virgin into eternity. Therefore I love thee with surpassing love. Therefore they that despite thou shalt adore thee, and they shall change in their destruction, even as to the dark stars that crash together in the abyss and blaze up in the infinite burning. All this while did Adonai pierce my being with his sword, and has 4 blades, and with the thunderbolt, the blade of the pylon, and the blade of the serpent, and the blade of the phallus. He taught me the holy, unutterable word Arita, so I melted it, the 6-fold gold, into a single invisible point, whereof naught may be spoken. For the magistry of this opus is a secret magistry, and the sign of the magister thereof is a certain ring of lapis lazuli, with the name of my magister who I am. I, the eye in the midst thereof. He also spake and said, This is a secret sign, and thou shalt not disclose unto the profane, nor unto the neophyte, nor unto the deltor, nor unto the practious, nor unto the philosophus, nor unto the lesser adept, nor unto the greater adept, but unto the exempt adept, who shall disclose thyself and thou in even need of him in the lesser oysterations of thine art. Except the worship of the foolish people whom thou hast, the fire is not defiled by the altars of the gibbers, nor the moon contaminated by the incense of them adored of the queen of the night. Thou shalt dwell among the people, and the precious diamond among the cloudy diamonds, and the crystals and the pieces of glass. Only the eye of the just merchant shall behold thee, and plunge his hand shall single thee, and the glory be thee before men. But thou shalt heed none of this. Thou shalt ever be the heart, and I, the serpent, will coil close about thee. My coil shall never relax throughout the eons, neither change nor sorrow nor subtlety shall have thee, for thou art passed beyond all these, even as the diamond shall grow red for the rose, and the green for the rose leaf, so shalt thou abide apart the impressions. I am thou, the pillars stablished into the void. Also thou art beyond the stabilities of being, of consciousness, and of the bliss, for I am thou, and the pillar is established into the void. Also thou, disclosure of these things unto man, writest them, and he shall partake of them as sacrament. For I am thou, and he am he, and the pillar established in the void. For the crown of the abyss, so goeth the single and erect, and also the limitless sphere that shall glow in the brilliance thereof. And thou shalt rejoice in the pools of adorable water. Thou shalt bedeck thou damsels with the pearls of vanity. Thou shalt light the flame like licking tongues of liquor of the gods between pools. And also thou shalt convert all sweeping air into the winds of pale water. Thou shalt transmute the earth into a blue abyss of wine. Ruddy are the gleams of the ruby gold that sparkle therein. One drop shall intoxicate the Lord of the gods, my servant. Also Adonai spake unto V, saying, O my little one, my tender one, my little arm-nourished one, my gazelle, my beautiful, my boy, let us fill up the pillar of the infinite with an infinite kiss. And so that stable was shaken, and unstable become still. And they that beheld it cried with a formidable affright. The end of all things, it came upon us. And it was even so. Also, I was in the spirit of the vision and beheld a paradical pomp of Athesis, coupled by two, and by two the supernal ecstasy of the stars. They did laugh and rejoice exceedingly, being clad in purple robes, and drunken with purple wine, and their whole soul was a purple flower, flame of holiness. And they beheld not God, but they beheld not the image of God. Therefore they were arisen in the palace of the splendor ineffable. A sharp sword smote out before them, and the warm hope withered in its death agony under their feet. Even as the rapture shore asunder the visible hope, so also the fear invisible fled away from was no more. O ye that beyond Armazuli and Hermes, blessed are thee unto the ages. They shaped doubt of the sickle and reaped the flowers of faith for their garlands. They shaped ecstasy as a spear and pierced the ancient dragon that sat upon the stagnant water. And then the fresh spring were loosened, that the folk amidst the might, athirst might be at ease. And again I was caught up in the presence of my Lord Adonai. The knowledge of the conversation of the Holy One, the angel guardeth me. O holy exiled one, O self beyond self, O self-luminous image of the unimaginable not, O my darling, O my beautiful, come thou forth and follow me. Adonai, divine Adonai, let Adonai initiate refulgent diligence. Thus I concealed the name of her name, and inspireth my rapture in the scent of those whose body bewildereth the soul of the light of the soul. Abideth this body into the beasts. I have sucked out the blood with my lips, and I have drained her beauty of its sustenance, and I have abased her before me. I have mastered her. I have possessed her, and her life is within me, her blood I inscribed. The secret riddles of the Sphinx of the gods, and that none shall understand, save only the pure, voluptuous, obscene androgyny and the gander that have passed beyond the bars of the prison. The old slime of Cam set up the gates of Amenti. Oh, my adorable, my delicious one, all night will I pour out the liberation on thine altars. All night will I burn sacrifice of blood. All night will I swing the thurible my delight before thee, and of my adorable before me. Foreverest for the of the ulcerous shall intoxicate thy nostrils, O thou who camest from the land of the elephant, grit about with the tiger's pell, and the garland with the lotus of the spirit. Do thou inebriate my life with thy madness, that she shall leap at my passing. Bid thine maidens who follow thee bestow a bed of flowers immortal, that we may make our pleasure thereon. Bid thy satyrs heap thorns among the flowers, that we may make our pain thropen. And let the pleasure and the pain be mingled in the supreme offering unto the Lord Adonai. And also I heard the voice of Adonai, the Lord of the desirable one, concealing that which is beyond, which is not the dwellers, the Thebae and the temples and thereof, pride of the pillars of Hercules and the ocean of the west. Is not the Nile a beautiful water? Let not the priest of Isis uncover the nakedness of Nuit, for every step is a death and a birth, and priest of Isis is lifted of the veil of Isis, and the slain kisses of her mouth, and was the priest of Nuit, and drank the milk of her stars. And let not the failure of the pain turn aside the worshippers for the foundations of the pyramids, who in living raucous sunset with the king wept of the crowned pyramid was yet unquarreled with the distant land. There was also a hummingbird that spake unto the horn, Ciates and prayed him for the poison. And the great snake of Chem, the Holy One Royal, Urius, Serpent, answered him and said, I sailed over the sky of Nu, and the car called millions of years, and I saw no creature upon Seb that equals to me. The venom of my fang, inheritance of my father and my father's father. And how shall I give unto thee? Live thou thy children as I am, the fathers have lived, even unto the hundreds of millions of generations. And it may be the mercy of the mighty ones may bestow upon the children a drop of the poison of eld. And then the hummingbird was afflicted in its spirit, and he flew onto the flowers, and it was as if naught had been spoken between them. Yet a little while a serpent struck him, and that he died. But an ibis that meditated upon the brink of the Nile, the beautiful god, listened and heard, and he said, his ibis ways became a serpent, saying, peradventure in the 100 millions and millions of generations of my children, and they shall attain to the drop of the poison of the fang of the exalted one. And behold, ere the moon waxed thrice and became a Urius serpent, and the poison of the fang was established in him, and his seed ever given and forever. O thou serpent Apep, my Lord Adonai. It is a speck of minutest time traveling through eternity. In thy sight landmarks are for far marble untouched, the tool of the graver, and therefore thou art mine, ever now and forever and for everlasting. Amen. Moreover, I heard the voice of Adonai, seal up the book of the heart and the serpent, and the number 5 and 60 seal those holy book. As fine gold that is beaten into a datum for the far queen of Pharaoh, the great stones are cemented together into the pyramid of the ceremony of death of Esar, and so do bind together the words and the deeds, so that in all the thought of me delight Adonai. And I answered, and I said, it is done, even accordance to thy word. And it was done, and they had read the book, and debated therein past in the desolate land of barren words, and they had sealed up the book, into their blood were the chosen of Adonai, and the thought of Adonai, and the word and the deed abode in the land that far off the travelers called not. O land beyond honey and spice and all perfection, I will dwell therein with my Lord forever. And the Lord Adonai delighted in me. And I bear the cup of his gladness into the weary ones of the old grey land. And they that drank thereof smitten of dis-ease, and the abdomation of hath hold upon them their torment like a thick black smoke with the evil abode. They that drink but the chosen ones drank thereof, and became, even as my Lord, my beautiful, my desirable one. There is no wine like unto this wine. And they are gathered together into a glowing heart, as raw that gathereth his clouds about him, and at eventide into a molten sea of joy, and the snake that the crown of Ra bideth them about with the golden girdle of the death kisses. So also is the end of the book, and the Lord Adonai is about it on all sides like a thunderbolt, and a python, and a snake, and a phallus, in the midst thereof, like a woman that jets out the milk of the stars from her paps, yea, the milk of the stars from her paps. That completes the chapter and the reading for Chapter 5, Liber Cordis and Sea Serpentine. You can catch the rest of the readings on the channel. Thank you.